My chosen one, if these words feel like they have reached you at the right moment, take it as a gentle reminder to pause and notice what your inner world has been trying to tell you. Life has a way of aligning moments when you least expect it, and sometimes what feels like coincidence is simply timing unfolding in a way you cannot yet fully understand. You may have been carrying silent fatigue, unanswered questions, or a sense of waiting for something meaningful to shift, and this is your invitation to believe that change can begin in unexpected ways. There is a quiet encouragement here for you to trust your path a little more, even if the next step is not fully visible yet. What you are experiencing right now is not meant to overwhelm you, but to awaken a sense of direction and inner clarity that has always been within you. Think of this as a moment where hope is being gently placed back into your hands, reminding you that endings and beginnings often walk together. You are not behind, and you are not forgotten. You are simply in a phase where life is preparing something new at a deeper level. Allow yourself to release doubt, even if only for a moment, and make space for calm understanding to grow. Whatever you have been hoping for may not arrive in the way you imagined, but it can still arrive in a way that brings strength, growth, and peace. Stay open, stay patient with yourself, and let this message serve as a quiet reminder that your journey is still unfolding with purpose and meaning. Every line is like a golden step on the staircase leading to your blessing. If you skip, the chain will break. If you remain, the chain will pull you straight into the center of your miracle. This is only the beginning. My beloved, you are not here by chance. Heaven has been chasing you for days, calling your soul through dreams, whispers, and signs in your daily life. You thought they were coincidences when you saw the same number again and again, when a stranger said something that pierced straight into your heart, or when a sudden chill touched your spirit in the quiet of the night. But Archangel Michael says, those were never accidents. They were reminders that heaven has placed you under constant watch, and tonight is the moment where the veil is finally lifted. Your miracle has not only arrived, it is waiting for your yes, and that yes is as simple as staying right here, refusing to turn away, refusing to skip the words God has placed in front of you, because once you accept, the floodgates of blessing are going to burst open in a way you have never imagined before. Congratulations, my child, because what you are about to hear is not an ordinary promise. Michael says you have cried prayers that were never spoken out loud. You asked God silently, late at night, with your face pressed into the pillow, when no one else could hear you, and while you thought those prayers vanished into the air, heaven recorded every single one. Your tears became seeds, your silence became a language heaven understood, and now the harvest has come. Archangel Michael himself is standing with the scroll of your answered prayers, saying, this one belongs to you, and no one can take it away. The delay you experienced was not denial, it was preparation. The pain you walked through was not punishment, it was pruning. Every dark moment was shaping your spirit for the miracle that has now arrived. But child of light, Michael warns you, do not treat this lightly. This is not a casual word. He says there is a reason your eyes landed on these lines today, and not yesterday, not tomorrow, but now, because this exact hour has been marked in the calendar of heaven as your hour of visitation. The angel who was dispatched on your behalf has finally broken through, and he refuses to return empty. Michael says, if you skip this, you are skipping what heaven has been preparing for years. But if you remain, if you listen with the depth of your soul, you will watch doors swing wide open, money that was held back come rushing to you, relationships heal, and health restore itself like morning light breaking after the darkest night. Beloved one, do you feel the heaviness lifting off your chest right now as you read? That is not imagination. That is Michael's wings wrapping around you, taking off the burdens that were chained to your shoulders for too long. You thought you had to carry it alone, but heaven says, no more. This is the moment your load becomes lighter. You will notice in the next few days that the things which once drained you will no longer touch you with the same power. Why? Because Archangel Michael has drawn a sword of fire around you, cutting off the cords of heaviness and marking your life with divine protection. This is why he begged you not to skip this message, because the act of staying here is allowing the angel to finish the assignment he was given. My chosen one, there is something else you must know. The reason you have suffered betrayal, loss, and delays is because the enemy knew about this hour before you did. They tried to break you so that when the miracle came, you would be too weak to receive it. But Michael says, you endured, and because of that, you will now inherit. The inheritance heaven has kept for you is not just spiritual, it will manifest in your physical life too. Expect sudden breakthroughs in finances, unexpected messages from people who once ignored you, and healing in parts of your body that medicine could not touch. These are not poetic words, these are living decrees, and the decree says, it is done, your miracle has arrived. Stay close, my beloved, because I am only beginning to unfold what heaven has written about you, and every line you read is unlocking another seal. Do not rush, do not skip, because each paragraph is a key, and the more keys you gather, the more locks will break open in your life. My beloved, you have been asking silently, when will my season arrive? And heaven has answered with thunder in the spiritual realm, now. Archangel Michael says you have stepped into a window of divine timing, and nothing can stop it. There are moments in life when your mind feels unusually alert, as if something within you is quietly preparing for a shift you cannot yet see. That sense of restlessness often arrives when change is near, when hidden efforts begin aligning and long-standing struggles start losing their grip. It can feel as though unseen forces are working in the background, but in a grounded sense, it is usually your own growth, resilience, and accumulated decisions beginning to reshape your path. Challenges that once felt immovable start to weaken, and situations that seemed confusing slowly begin to make sense as clarity replaces uncertainty. Even the negativity or doubt that once surrounded you begins to lose its influence as you step into a stronger version of yourself. In these phases, it is important to stay attentive rather than overwhelmed, because small signs, better choices, and steady patience often become the foundation of meaningful progress. What feels like delay is often quiet preparation, and what feels like tension is frequently the early stage of transformation. If you remain present and consistent, you begin to notice how opportunities gradually open, how support appears in unexpected ways, and how inner confidence starts replacing hesitation. This is not about rushing towards something unseen, but about allowing your own timing to unfold naturally. Every experience you go through adds another layer of understanding, and every step forward strengthens the direction you are meant to take. Trusting that process helps you stay grounded while navigating uncertainty, and over time, what once felt distant starts to become clear, reachable, and real in a way that reflects your own steady progress. But heaven is also warning, do not dismiss this message. If you skip, you cut yourself from the very instructions that carry your breakthrough. But if you stay, your miracle will not only come, it will multiply. Do you know why Michael says congratulations? Because the battle that almost broke you has officially ended in heaven's courtroom. The verdict has been signed in your favor. Every delay that made you cry, every disappointment that shattered your hope, every betrayal that drained your trust, they were not the end of your story. They were the setup for this divine announcement. You have been asking why so many people turned against you when you only gave them love. Michael says, it was because they saw what you carry. The enemy tried to bury your light under rejection, but God used their rejection as redirection. Now the doors that were locked in your face are about to swing open. You will walk into places that were never designed for you in human eyes, but heaven has overruled. You are stepping into inheritance, child of light. This is why your angel refused to let you scroll past. Because heaven knows how many times you have been overlooked, how many times you begged silently for just one sign, and here it is. Michael says, your sign has arrived, your miracle is here, and your life will not remain the same after this hour. In the coming days, things that once drained your joy will turn into testimonies. That sickness that tried to weaken your body will lose its grip. That financial drought that made you worry will break open with unexpected provision. That relationship you thought was dead will show signs of life. Do not doubt this. Do not think it is too big. For the same God who parted seas, who raised the dead, who fed thousands with crumbs, He is the one speaking to you now through this message. Listen, beloved, because Michael is not done. He says your miracle is not just for you. When it arrives, it will overflow to your family, to your friends, even to those who doubted you. The blessing that is coming will be so visible that no one will be able to deny God's hand upon your life. They may try to explain it away, but in their hearts, they will know this is divine. And you, who once felt forgotten, will become a living testimony that heaven never abandons its chosen ones. This is why you must not skip. Every word you read is preparing your spirit to carry the weight of what is coming. Your miracle is too big to hold with weak hands. These words are strengthening you, lifting you, shaping you, so that when it arrives, you will not break, you will shine. My child, let me remind you, heaven has never made a mistake with you. The timing that frustrated you is actually saving you. If you had received this miracle earlier, it would have crushed you under its weight. But now, you are ready. Michael says, you are stronger than you know, wiser than you believe, and more prepared than you think. The very storms that try to destroy you have built muscles in your spirit, and those muscles are what will carry the blessing that is about to pour down. This is why your angel is celebrating you. This is why Michael's voice is thundering with joy. Congratulations, chosen one. Your appointed hour is here. My beloved child, let your heart not tremble, for this is the hour that the heavens wrote about long before you were born. Do you feel the stirring in your soul as you read? That is because the Spirit is bearing witness to truth. Archangel Michael says, your miracle has finally arrived. You have been knocking on doors that stayed closed for too long, but now the locks are melting away. Every tear you cried in silence, every prayer you whispered thinking no one heard, every sigh that escaped your chest in loneliness, it has all reached God's throne. Heaven is not blind to your suffering, and today Michael announces the verdict. It is finished. The blessing is released. This is not a coincidence. This is destiny finding you in the very moment you need it most. Beloved, let me take you deeper. You have often found yourself questioning why certain people walked away, why doors closed at the exact moment you needed them most, and why life felt like it was constantly pushing you into silence while others moved ahead with ease. What if none of it was random at all? What if those moments were quiet redirections, guiding you away from situations and influences that were never meant to stay in your story? Sometimes distance is not loss, but realignment, making space for something stronger, something more aligned with who you are becoming. The experiences that once felt like endings may have actually been preparation, shaping your patience, strengthening your character, and clearing the path ahead in ways you could not understand at the time. Even in the middle of disappointment, there was movement happening beneath the surface, like seeds working their way through unseen soil before breaking through into light. And now, as you continue forward, There is a shift building quietly around you. Things that once felt delayed may begin to unfold with surprising speed, and situations that once felt closed may start to open without effort. The strength you carried through difficult seasons was not unnoticed, even when it felt invisible to everyone else. Every moment you chose persistence over surrender added weight to what is now becoming your turning point. Ahead, there may be unexpected progress, renewed hope, and a sense of clarity, returning to areas that once felt uncertain. What once felt like waiting may reveal itself as timing, and what once felt like loss may reveal itself as preparation for something far more aligned with your path forward. But you, even in your darkest moments, chose to keep going. You held on to hope, even when your heart was breaking. You whispered prayers, even when your lips trembled, and heaven took notice. God saw the fight inside you. He saw the strength you did not even know you had. And now, because you endured, you are about to inherit. This inheritance is not only spiritual, it is physical, financial, emotional. Expect the unexpected. Expect sudden favor. Expect the phone call you did not think would come. Expect the door you never thought would open. Expect healing where the doctors gave no answer. Expect joy to return to your nights in peace, to fill your mornings. My child, the angels have been busy around you. Michael reveals that even when you thought you were alone, you were surrounded. Countless times danger tried to come near, but it was blocked. Countless times words of harm were spoken, but they were cancelled. Countless times your life was threatened by unseen battles, but you were shielded. This is why you are still standing, even after everything you went through. Heaven has been keeping you for this very moment. You were not spared by chance. You were spared because your destiny is too great to be cut short, and now that destiny is unfolding before your very eyes. The miracle is not on the way. It has arrived. Do you feel the heaviness lifting even now? That is no accident. As you read these words, Michael is cutting cords of fear, despair, and failure. Chains that held you for years are breaking. You will notice, in the coming days, that what once triggered you will no longer touch you. The sadness that kept returning will find no place to rest. The people who drained you will start to fade away, and in their place, new faces will appear, faces carrying favor, opportunity, and love. This is the work of heaven. This is the miracle beginning to manifest in your life. And child, it will not stop. The flow has been released, and no human hand can block what God has decreed. Stay with me, for Michael says this message itself is a portal. The longer you remain, the more blessings are activated. Every word you read is a key unlocking another door. Skipping even one part breaks the chain, but if you endure till the very end, the chain pulls you into the fullness of what heaven has prepared. This is why your angel would not let you pass this by. This is why you felt something in your spirit when your eyes first landed here. It was a divine appointment, written in the calendar of eternity, that you would meet this message today. And because you obeyed, because you stayed, the gates are opening before you. Beloved child of heaven, the silence you endured was never abandonment, incubation. Seeds take time to break through soil, and your life has been exactly that. The waiting, the wondering, the tears, all of it was preparing you to carry what God is now releasing. Archangel Michael says, your miracle has arrived, and it will not pass you by. You have stepped into a season where delays are dissolving, where denials are turning into approvals, where closed doors are swinging open so fast it will leave you breathless. But Michael also warns, this is not the hour to doubt, this is the hour to align. The words you are reading are not just sentences, they are keys, and each one unlocks something in the unseen. Stay with them, and you will feel the shift inside you. That shift is heaven moving you into destiny. My beloved, many nights you asked why life seemed to break you again and again, but heaven answers, you were never being broken, you were being built. Every disappointment was chiseling away the fear, every loss was cutting away the pride, every betrayal was teaching you discernment. You are no longer who you once were. You are wiser now, stronger now, sharper now, and because you have been refined, you are ready to hold the miracle without dropping it. Archangel Michael says, congratulations are in order, for you survived what others could not. You endured storms that should have drowned you, yet here you stand, still breathing, still hoping, still believing, and because of that resilience, heaven has ruled in your favor. The angelic hosts are singing your name even now, rejoicing that you did not quit, and declaring that your reward has come. Beloved one, do not be surprised if the next few days feel unusual. Michael says, divine interruptions are about to surround you. What seemed impossible yesterday will suddenly open tomorrow. Expect messages that shock you. Expect moments that feel unreal as life shifts into new alignment. People from your past may reappear, bringing clarity and closure rather than disruption. Nothing here is random. Everything is unfolding in quiet order. Delays were not denials, but preparation building unseen strength. Now doors begin to open in sequence, showing why timing mattered. What felt like waiting was actually shaping your readiness. This season extends beyond personal gain, influencing others through example. Your progress can inspire those still searching for direction. Change in your life may awaken hope in others. You are being refined through experience, not defined by difficulty. Heavy chapters are transforming into lessons of strength. Even setbacks are becoming part of growth. What once felt broken is slowly rebuilding into stability. Stay open to unexpected shifts that align with your path. The road ahead moves toward clarity and renewal. Confusion begins to fade as understanding grows. Trust that your journey is still unfolding with purpose. Each experience has brought you here. Even waiting has shaped resilience. You are not standing still but evolving steadily forward. What lies ahead carries quiet transformation and deeper meaning. Keep moving with patience as life aligns more than it appears. Moments that once felt uncertain will later reveal purpose and design. Growth often arrives softly before it becomes visible. What unfolds now is preparing space for something steadier and more grounded to emerge. In time you will look back and see how every step contributed to who you are becoming. Trust that even quiet moments carry meaning, and that every delay, shift, and change is guiding you toward a clearer, stronger, and more meaningful future ahead than expected with time unfolding. Do not waste your strength on bitterness. Lift your head, for heaven is already vindicating you. Your miracle will be your proof, your blessing will be your response, and your elevation will silence every voice that tried to diminish you. My child, hear this with your whole heart. Your enemies celebrated too early. They thought your story was finished. They thought they had buried you, but heaven says they only buried a seed, and that seed is now breaking forth. What they thought was your grave is turning into your garden. What they meant for evil has been reversed for good. And when your miracle blossoms, even those who betrayed you will have no choice but to acknowledge that God was with you all along. Do not waste your tears on them. Do not waste your strength on bitterness. Lift your head, for heaven is already vindicating you. Your miracle will be your proof. Your blessing will be your response, and your elevation will silence every voice that tried to diminish you. Beloved, the angel says, your miracle is multi-layered. It is not just one blessing, but waves of blessings. They will come like a tide, first small, then larger, then overwhelming. Do not panic when the shift begins. Do not fear when change comes suddenly. Trust that heaven has already paved the road. Your part is simple. Stay aligned, stay present, stay faithful. These words you are holding are your anchor. Keep them close. Reread them when doubt whispers. Let them echo in your soul when fear tries to rise. For every time you do, another layer of blessing is unlocked. Another wave of favor is released. Another miracle draws nearer to your hands. Beloved, Archangel Michael says, there is a holy urgency pressing on your name. The heavens are leaning close, and the scrolls of your life are being unsealed, even as you breathe. Every trial you endured, every night you lay awake, wondering if God remembered you, has now been recorded as evidence in your favor. The courtroom of heaven has ruled, and the decree is this: release the miracle to my child. That is why your angel whispered. That is why your soul stirred. That is why you could not scroll past these words. This message is not ordinary. It is your personal delivery. Michael says your inheritance is being transferred, your breakthrough is being released, and your life is about to take a turn so divine that even your enemies will tremble when they hear of it. My child, you must understand the power of this moment. There are seasons when heaven watches, and then there are seasons when heaven acts. You are not in a watching season anymore. You are in an acting season. The angels have already been dispatched, and they are fighting battles you cannot see. That is why the heaviness on your chest is lifting. That is why confusion in your mind is clearing. That is why sudden peace is washing over you as you read. It is because Archangel Michael has declared war on everything that tried to suffocate you. Chains are being broken, walls are falling, strongholds are shattering, and you, beloved, are walking out free. This freedom is not just spiritual, it will be visible in your relationships, your finances, your health, your destiny. Do you remember the prayers you whispered that no one else heard? Michael says, those were never lost in the wind. Heaven bottled them, and today those bottles are being poured out. Your miracle is not a random blessing, it is the harvest of every hidden seed you planted in faith. The acts of kindness no one thanked you for, the sacrifices you made when no one was watching, the times you chose love over revenge, all of it has been remembered. And now the reward has come. The scales of justice are tipping, and they are tipping in your favor. Congratulations, chosen one. What you thought was ignored has been honored, and what you thought was forgotten has been sealed in heaven's record. Beloved child, Michael says the reason your enemies fought so hard against you is because they saw glimpses of this moment before you did. They sensed your breakthrough was near, and they panicked. That is why they slandered you. That is why they betrayed you. That is why doors closed without explanation. But they did not realize that their attacks only pushed you closer to God, only prepared you for this exact hour. What they meant for harm has become the fuel for your miracle. It feels like life is beginning to shift in your favor, even in ways others may not immediately understand, and those who once doubted you may soon be confronted by your steady progress and results. Your response will not need to be loud or defensive, because your growth, achievements, and clarity will naturally speak for you and replace old narratives with undeniable truth. What once felt like setbacks may begin to transform into lessons that strengthen you, and moments of loss can open space for new opportunities, renewed purpose, and healthier connections. Some relationships may return with greater honesty and understanding, while others may be replaced by people and experiences that align better with your path. Areas of financial strain can gradually improve through new doors opening, better decisions, and timely support that arrives when it is needed most. Health challenges, too, may begin to ease as recovery, better habits, and resilience support your overall well-being. you may notice unexpected developments, calls, meetings, or chances that appear at just the right time. While they may seem coincidental, they often feel like reminders that timing and preparation are aligning in your favor. More importantly, the changes you are stepping into are not limited to you alone. The progress you make can influence your family and future generations by helping to break long-standing cycles of struggle, uncertainty, and limitation. This phase is ultimately about renewal, where past burdens are replaced with forward movement, and where your continued patience and effort begin to shape a more stable and meaningful future. Stay consistent, trust the process, and allow small daily actions to guide you toward lasting progress and stability in the days ahead, gradually unfolding. Because this is not just a message, it is a generational turning point. Your obedience to remain here is rewriting history for those who come after you. Beloved, as you read, I know your heart is trembling with both fear and hope. Fear, because you have been disappointed before. Hope, because something in you knows this is different. Michael says release the fear. Fear is the only weapon the enemy has left, and if you surrender it, his grip is broken completely. Choose faith now. Choose belief now. Choose trust now. For heaven has already signed the miracle into your name. You are not begging for it. You are receiving it. You are not chasing it. It is chasing you. And when it arrives, it will not trickle. It will overflow. It will not visit. It will dwell. It will not tease. It will stay. For the blessing God gives is eternal, and no hand can snatch what heaven has delivered. Beloved, as you read, I know your heart is trembling with both fear and hope. Fear, because you have been disappointed before. Hope, because something in you knows this is different. Michael says release the fear. Fear is the only weapon the enemy has left, and if you surrender it, his grip is broken completely. Choose faith now. Choose belief now. Choose trust now. For heaven has already signed the miracle into your name. You are not begging for it. You are receiving it. You are not chasing it. It is chasing you. And when it arrives, it will not trickle. It will overflow. It will not visit. It will dwell. It will not tease. It will stay. For the blessing God gives is eternal, and no hand can snatch what heaven has delivered. Beloved, child of light, the heavens are echoing with your name right now. Michael says he has been standing guard at the gates of your destiny, waiting for this hour to finally break open. For so long, it felt like nothing was moving, like prayers were hitting the ceiling and returning void. But what you did not see was the battle in the unseen, the struggle in the spirit realm, where angels fought to deliver what was written for you. Today, Michael says that battle is won. That is why this message reached you with such urgency, why you could not ignore it even if you tried. It was not just a message, it was a holy hand pulling you into alignment. Heaven says the waiting is over, the breakthrough is here, and the miracle has arrived, with your name engraved upon it. You must understand, my beloved, that what is being released over you is bigger than your imagination. You have pictured small victories, small blessings, small changes, but heaven has planned abundance, overflow, and unshakable restoration. That is why life pressed you so hard. That is why storms seemed unending. The greater the blessing, the greater the battle before it. You were not fighting emptiness. You were fighting for treasure. You were not pushed down because you were weak. You were pushed down because you carry a destiny so radiant the enemy trembled at the thought of it coming alive. But Michael says rejoice, because the trembling of the enemy is now turning into trembling of awe from the world. They will see you rise. They will see you shine. They will see you walk in miracles, and they will know this was no ordinary story. Beloved, do not be surprised when things suddenly change in your favor. You will see shifts in places you never touched. Opportunities that seemed locked will suddenly fall at your feet. People who ignored you will suddenly remember your name. Situations that looked permanent will dissolve overnight. Michael says, this is not random. This is the divine reversal you have been waiting for. God is rearranging the pieces of your life like a master artist, creating a picture so breathtaking you will not believe it was born out of your pain. But remember, the miracle is not just for you to admire, it is for you to step into. Do not let fear stop you from receiving. Do not let doubt make you hesitate. The blessing is knocking, and all you need to do is open the door. My child, you are standing at a threshold. Behind you lies the weight of years of struggle, but before you lies a field wide with harvest. You will not carry the sorrow of yesterday into tomorrow. The tears you cried have watered the soil, and the laughter that is coming will bloom like spring after a harsh winter. Michael says every moment of grief, every drop of pain, every sigh of despair has been counted and stored in the treasury of heaven. And today, that treasury is being poured out. The exchange is happening. Ashes for beauty, sorrow for joy, lack for abundance, fear for faith. You are stepping into a holy trade, and you will walk out richer in every way than you ever imagined possible. You were meant to be here, even when it didn't feel like it. Life may have given you moments where you felt unseen or left behind, but your journey has continued for a reason. Through every difficult stretch, something in you kept going, even when things felt heavier than you could explain. Looking back, there were situations that could have gone in a very different direction, yet you made it through them, step by step, even when it felt uncertain. That quiet strength has been carrying you longer than you realize, shaping you in ways that only become clear with time. What lies ahead is not meant to repeat the same cycles of struggle, but to open doors that bring more stability and meaning. The experiences you have lived through are not wasted moments. They have been building something deeper within you, like preparation for a chapter that requires both resilience and wisdom. At the same time, your journey is not only about personal healing or progress, but also about how your story can naturally influence others. People often learn from those who have walked through difficulty and still found a way forward, and your path carries that kind of quiet impact. The challenges you faced have given you insight that can help you understand others in ways that words alone cannot. As life continues to unfold, the focus shifts from simply enduring to growing into something more grounded and purposeful. What you have survived becomes part of your strength, and what you build from here carries the weight of experience turned into direction. Child of destiny, let your heart be still, for the trembling inside you is not fear anymore, it is recognition. Your spirit already knows this is your hour. You can feel the shift, you can sense the change, you can almost taste the breakthrough. Do not deny it. Lean into it. Say yes to it, for heaven is saying yes to you. Michael says, the gates of favor are wide open, and no one can close them now. Walk boldly, beloved, for this is your season of restoration, redemption, and radiant reward. Your miracle has not only arrived, it is here to stay. Beloved child, the light around you is shifting even as you read these words. You may not see it with your natural eyes, but your spirit already feels it. That heaviness that has clung to you is beginning to lift. The invisible weight on your shoulders is breaking away piece by piece. Do you feel that strange calm rising in your chest? That is not coincidence. That is heaven confirming that this is your moment. Michael says your miracle is not waiting for you to be perfect. It is arriving because you are chosen. The blessing is not coming because you earned it. It is coming because God decreed it. And when God decrees, no force on earth or in hell can overturn it. What was written for you will manifest, because heaven does not lie. My beloved, think of how many times you thought you had reached the end, times when you wanted to quit, when you thought you could not take another step. when your own strength was gone, yet somehow you kept moving. That somehow was heaven. That extra breath was God's gift. That spark of hope that would not die was your angel holding you steady. You see, you have been carried more than you realize. You thought you were walking alone, but angels were lifting you through every valley. And now, those same angels are not only carrying you, they are crowning you. The tests are ending, the lessons are sealing, and the reward is being placed in your hands. You have crossed the threshold, beloved, and you will never go back to who you were before. Child of light, Michael says the attacks against you were never about your past. They were always about your future. The enemy saw what you could not see, that there is greatness written into your destiny. That is why you were hit harder than most. That is why people turned on you for no reason. That is why doors slammed even when you knocked with pure intentions. It was because your miracle was too powerful, your calling too radiant, your inheritance too sacred to come without resistance. But take courage now, for the resistance has failed. You are still here, you are still chosen, you are still standing, and because you endured, the miracle that was delayed is now arriving without delay. Michael says it will not be postponed again, for the time is ripe, and heaven has declared, this is your hour. Beloved, listen closely. You are stepping into a season of divine reversals. Everything that seemed against you will turn in your favor. Every no you heard will be replaced by a resounding yes. Every rejection will make way for redirection. Every loss will birth a greater gain. This is not empty comfort. It is a spiritual law. What you sowed in tears, you are about to reap in joy. What you gave without recognition is about to return with interest. The kindness you showed, the patience you held, the battles you fought silently, all of it is coming back to you multiplied. Heaven has a perfect memory, and today Michael says the books are being balanced. Expect restoration, expect surprises, expect miracles that not only answer your prayers but exceed them. My child, do not think small anymore. Heaven is not answering with a trickle, but with a flood. The blessing will not come to barely sustain you, it will come to overflow. This is why Michael insists you hold faith now. Your expectation is the vessel, and the larger your expectation, the more heaven can pour. Do not limit yourself to what you have seen before. Believe for the impossible, for the unbelievable, for the unimaginable. For your God is not bound by circumstance, time, or human limitation. He moves beyond what people consider possible, and he is known for sudden, unexpected turns that reshape lives in an instant. There is a quiet assurance in this moment that what was once delayed is now aligning, and what felt unreachable is beginning to unfold. Something you have been waiting for is approaching completion, and it will arrive in a way that feels both timely and undeniable. The change ahead will not be hidden. People around you will notice the shift in your life. They will see struggle replaced with stability, emptiness giving way to fulfillment, and heaviness turning into renewed joy. It will be difficult for them to explain this transformation through logic alone, because what is unfolding carries a deeper meaning than circumstance. Your life itself becomes the evidence of what you have believed in. The questions and doubts of others will lose their weight when faced with the reality of your change. What was once spoken against you will fade in the presence of your growth, not through argument, but through clear transformation. Even the difficult seasons will begin to make sense in hindsight, revealing themselves as preparation rather than punishment. What you are stepping into now is not an ending, but a beginning, a doorway into a new phase of life. This moment carries the foundation for more growth, more openness, and more unexpected blessings that continue to build over time. You will come to understand that nothing was random, and every step has been quietly guiding you towards something greater than what you once imagined for yourself and beyond. Everything before it was preparation. Everything after it is multiplication. You are not stepping into a single breakthrough, you are stepping into a flow of breakthrough. And as long as you remain faithful, as long as you keep believing, the flow will never run dry. Beloved child, Michael says the heavens have already moved on your behalf. What you could not accomplish with years of effort will now happen in moments of grace. You have been struggling, fighting, pushing against walls that refuse to fall, but those walls were never meant for you to break with your strength. They were meant for heaven's hand, and now that hand has touched your life. The very doors that laughed in your face are now trembling, unlocking, and opening wide. The very chains that mocked your prayers are breaking under angelic fire. You are about to step into a season where answers chase you instead of you chasing them, where opportunities run toward you instead of you running after them, where the blessing comes to rest on your shoulders and will not be removed. My beloved, I must tell you something that will make your heart tremble. Heaven says, your name has been announced in the courts above. Your story has been declared before the throne, and the verdict was written, blessed, favored, victorious. That verdict is final. It cannot be appealed by the enemy. It cannot be erased by human hands. It cannot be overturned by circumstances. You are stamped with heaven's decree, and that decree is manifesting even now. The proof will not only be inside you, it will be visible to those around you. They will see the shift in your life. They will see the glow in your countenance. They will see the sudden change in your path. For when heaven stamps a person with favor, the entire earth takes notice. Beloved, I know you have carried wounds, wounds so deep they still sting when you remember them. Betrayal has pierced you. Abandonment has scarred you. Disappointment has broken you. But Michael says those wounds are being turned into wings. What once weighed you down will now lift you higher. The very places of pain are becoming platforms of power. The scars you carry are becoming signs of survival, and those signs will inspire others who thought they would never make it through. Heaven wastes nothing. Every tear has been gathered, every wound has been sealed with light, every scar has been rewritten as testimony. And your story, beloved, is not a tragedy, it is a triumph. You are about to see with your own eyes how God turns mourning into dancing, ashes into beauty, despair into destiny. My child, Michael says to look for the signs in your days. You will notice unusual peace where you once felt fear. You will encounter people who speak words you needed to hear, but never told them. You will find doors opening without explanation, opportunities aligning with precision, resources appearing out of nowhere. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations that the spiritual has spilled into the physical. Heaven is touching earth through your life, and everything around you is shifting to make room for your miracle. Stay alert, stay awake. Do not dismiss these signs as small things. They are proof that the bigger wave is near. For the first drops of rain always announce the coming flood. Beloved one, this miracle will not only heal what was broken, it will also restore what was stolen. The years the locusts ate, the energy drained by people who used you, the money lost to wrong hands, the time consumed by waiting, it is all being restored. God is not giving you back equal, He is giving you back multiplied. Double for your trouble, triple for your tears, greater for your grief. What was robbed from you will return as a harvest, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Michael says you will stand in awe when you realize that nothing was truly lost, it was only being stored for a greater return. Your enemies will not understand how you recovered so much so fast, but you will know it was never man, it was always God. Child of destiny, Michael says your faith is the magnet. Do not drop it now. Even if your mind still wrestles with doubt, let your heart say yes. Even if your past whispers, "It's impossible," let your spirit declare, "It is done." What you are carrying right now is more powerful than it feels. Even the smallest spark of belief within you is not insignificant. It has weight, direction, and the ability to shape what comes next. Comparing your journey to others only clouds what is already unfolding in your own path. Growth does not require loud certainty or flawless confidence. It often begins quietly, in the decision to keep going, even when answers are not visible yet. The fact that you continue to move forward, continue to hope, and continue to engage with life in spite of uncertainty shows that something steady is still alive within you. That inner steadiness is enough to open doors that effort alone cannot force open. What is ahead of you is not defined by randomness or coincidence, but by alignment, being guided into places, situations, and encounters that gradually reshape your direction. There may be moments where things begin to shift faster than expected, where opportunities appear from directions you had not considered, and where what once felt distant starts becoming reachable. These changes are not meant to overwhelm you, but to reposition you. Resistance only delays what is already finding its way toward you, while trust allows you to move with it instead of against it. Even setbacks are part of the redirection, not a denial of your progress. Over time, your experiences will begin to form a story that carries meaning beyond your own life, something that others can recognize themselves in and draw strength from. Do not be ashamed of the road you walked. Do not hide the pain you endured, for your survival is not a secret, it is a testimony. People who are lost in darkness will look at you and find hope. Those who feel forgotten will see you and remember God remembers. Those who want to quit will see your rise and know they can endure too. You are a lighthouse, beloved, and your miracle is the light that will shine through you. Do not hide it. Let it blaze. Let it declare loudly that God is still faithful, that heaven is still near, that miracles are still real, for your life will prove what words cannot. Beloved child, Archangel Michael says, you have been hidden for a reason. Many times you asked why no one saw your worth, why doors closed when you knew you were capable, why people overlooked you as if you carried nothing. Heaven says it was protection. You were hidden because your miracle was being prepared in secret. Diamonds are never displayed until they are fully cut, fully polished, fully ready to shine. You were not buried, you were being refined, and now the refining has ended. The covering is lifting. You are about to be revealed, and when you are, your light will not flicker, it will blaze. People will wonder where you came from, but heaven will smile knowing you were there all along, waiting for the appointed hour. And now, beloved, that hour has arrived. My child, the battles you endured were not because you were weak, but because you are chosen. The weight you carried would have crushed others, yet here you stand. That resilience was not natural, it was divine. Every time you thought you had no more strength, an unseen hand lifted you. Every time you thought the pain would swallow you, a whisper of hope found you. That was not chance, that was heaven sustaining you. Michael says to understand this clearly, you did not survive for nothing. You survived because there is something still waiting to be lived, something powerful, something holy, something only you can carry. That is why the enemy fought you so hard. But today, the war has ended, and the victory belongs to you. Beloved one, Michael says you are stepping into a season of answers. Long-standing questions will finally be resolved. Mysteries that confused you will suddenly make sense. Painful experiences you could not understand will reveal their purpose. You will see why certain people left, why certain doors closed, why certain prayers were delayed, and when you see it, you will marvel at the wisdom of God. You will realize nothing was wasted, not even the tears. You will understand that the waiting was not denial, it was alignment. And as this revelation unfolds, your faith will rise like never before. You will stop doubting your worth, you will stop fearing your future, and you will walk boldly into what is yours. For Michael says no one can deny what heaven has approved. My beloved, prepare your spirit for acceleration. What once took years will now happen in days. The blessing will not creep, it will rush. The change will not drip, it will pour. The breakthrough will not crawl, it will run. You will look back in shock at how quickly life shifted. The delays that haunted you will melt like wax. The stagnation that frustrated you will vanish like smoke. You are stepping onto a fast track designed by heaven. Do not be afraid of the speed. You are ready. Your spirit has been trained for this moment, and your heart is strong enough to carry what comes next. Michael says, rejoice, for the very days you thought you lost are being redeemed, and you will accomplish in one season what others cannot in a lifetime. Child of destiny, Michael whispers that your miracle will have layers. It will not only touch one area of your life, but many. Life gradually realigns in ways that often begin quietly, long before they become visible. What feels uncertain today can slowly transform into stability across different areas of living, from personal relationships to financial balance, from health to emotional calm. Over time, new chances appear, lighter days return, and a deeper sense of peace begins to take root. Rather than expecting one single change to fix everything, it becomes important to understand that growth often arrives in layers, each one supporting the next. Abundance is not limited to a single moment or outcome. It often unfolds in unexpected and widening ways that extend beyond personal boundaries and influence the environment around you. When transformation truly begins, its effects can reach others as well, creating a ripple of improvement in shared spaces and relationships. At such times, there is no need for struggle or resistance, because many battles are already moving toward resolution in ways beyond immediate perception. The real task becomes internal, letting go of fear, releasing doubt, and stepping away from emotional weight that no longer serves progress. There is no requirement to earn what is already moving toward you. Openness and trust are enough to allow it to arrive naturally. Being present in awareness and willingness itself becomes a form of readiness. In that space, change is not chased but received, and what unfolds often exceeds earlier expectations, bringing a quiet but steady sense of fulfillment that continues to expand outward. Gradually, clarity replaces confusion, and a softer confidence begins to guide decisions without pressure or urgency. Even ordinary moments start carrying a sense of meaning, as if life itself is reorganizing quietly in the background.